Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I know it's been a little while, but December kind of threw a wrench into things with the holidays and everything. Didn't have as much time as I wanted to, so I couldn't get to every series I wanted to. But we are back, and I've got some new things to show you now. Space Engineers has had a number of updates, had some new things added, one of which is a rotor, so you can it kind of sets things in motion, can spin things. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that, but I haven't dove into that very much just yet, so I think we're going to save that for another time. But I do have some other things to show you. One of them I think is pretty sweet is this guy here. It's a beacon, so you can actually see kind of where, for example in this case, where the station is, no matter where you are. As far away as you get from this thing, there'll always be this point that tells you Weem Station is that away, and just how far away that is. So that's pretty cool. So let's see, I thought I would kind of bring this up. I think it's kind of interesting. Now, normally you can hit K on some items and go into this kind of control panel, but I can't really do that. It's like I need to use something else. I don't know if you can use the window here. Does this let me do it? No. This one I can. If I go T, it just lets me in. Well, anyway, one of the shortcuts I ended up using was, let's kind of drop down here. I think I put a conveyor here, and then I hit K on this thing. There we go. So now the control panel shows everything that I've got kind of connected to the station, including, this used to say beacon, but you can come over here and change its name, and you can turn it off. So anyway, that's pretty sweet. We've got the station up there, but one of the other cool things that was added recently was weapons. So the weapons were in the game, and you can see I've got a missile launcher and the Gatling guns here, one on each side. You could put these on your ship before, but they actually didn't do anything. Well, all that has changed, and in fact, they've set up one of the guns here too. Let me bring that in. This automatic rifle now works. Let's bring this down here to the number 3 slot. And this is kind of funny. Now, I don't have the jetpack on, so I'm actually grounded, which is good. So I can fire this. It actually does damage the blocks. It dents them in. If I fire long enough, it will destroy them. So that's pretty cool. But if, for example, you have the jetpack on, it moves you when you shoot, which is pretty sweet. I used this actually to get to the bottom of Weem Station. I used it to get all the way down here from the top. I just kind of faced up and started firing my way down. It was pretty awesome. Now, one of the things that is reminding me is that in the previous episode, I had accidentally duplicated this entire station. And so there was this whole L-shaped structure was sitting on top of itself up there. I kind of, since I made it, I was like, well, I guess I'll line it up. But anyway, during some downtime, I actually went in and selected all of that stuff and just deleted it all. It took me a little while. I was able to select, large panels of walls and stuff like that, columns of material at a time. But, yeah, it was a chore. So anyway, that is now gone. We're back down to just this station, which is good. So let's go over here because I do want to show you the guns for the ship. Now, I've got the large ship out there. I actually backed it away from the station, and that was intentional. That's because we are going to shoot the crap out of it. Now, I know some of you may be saying, oh no, why are you going to shoot the ship? Like, don't destroy it. But, it was the first ship we built. It wasn't built very well by me, and so it doesn't turn very well. I think I need to get, some of you have suggested more gyroscopes. I don't really have a lot of room for that other than tacking them on from the outside, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do another ship, and since I'm going to do another ship and I want to demo the weapon systems, well, I figure this is a good way to go. Now, once again, you can see the Weem Station beacon right there indicating how far away we are. That's pretty sweet. But let's go ahead and cruise over here. Let's come into here, and we'll start with the machine gun. Let's see, I've got to select the weapon. So it actually kind of turns the ship as well. I'm trying to hold still and just fire the gun. You can see it kind of turns us up. If I hold forward and try to do this, yeah, it really puts some pressure on it. Fire in bursts, I guess. So we're going to get in here and see what kind of damage we've done. Oh, look at that. It's actually pushed the ship. Look at that. It's rotating it. That's pretty cool. Okay. You can see it damaging the blocks there as it rotates around to the belly. Very cool. Okay, well, it's time to switch to the missiles here. Let's check these out. We'll fire them out towards the end. There we go. That's some damage right there. Take that. Look at that thing. Just debris flying around. Very cool. This thing is just spinning away. Let's try to take some of this stuff out. There we go. Really bust that out, boy. So it's interesting. It's got kind of a particle effect that makes it look like there's a lot of pieces when really there's not a lot. It kind of left one piece there. That's cool. It makes it look sweet. Okay, so we've kind of demonstrated the missile system here. Try to take this tail off. Doesn't seem to be destroying the thrusters. Okay, well, let's see. It's spinning. Let's see if we can kind of slow the spinning down. If I hit it from a different angle. I'm not sure the missiles are kind of... Maybe it is making it spin a little faster. I'm trying to hit it from another direction. Slow down the spinning. Yep, there, we broke the head off there. Okay, well, I do want to leave some because I want to show you one more thing when it comes to destructive elements here in the game now. I'm finding every way to miss this. Okay, let's jump out of here. That explosion is very loud. Let's see. We're going to jump out of here, turn on the jetpack, right, on, and cruise out here because there is another explosive element, and if we go in here, it is this guy. It is the warhead. So this is something you can put onto the front of an object that you're going to launch. I saw a video clip of them firing these off of their ship somehow. But we're just going to go ahead and place one on here, and then we will, let's see, we have our machine gun. Let's go to that, number 3, and we'll try and shoot that thing. There he goes. So pretty big explosion. You can see that's kind of the biggest one. The missile launcher is kind of the mid-range, and that warhead is kind of the top end as far as damage goes. Let's kind of, we'll zoom in here and put a few of them. I'll just kind of slap them around because they'll blow up from other, you know, explosions will set them off. So we can put a bunch around here. Okay, and then we can just shoot one of these. Let's back up a bit. Pretty sure we can't die yet, but we'll back up anyway so we can see this. Fire on this guy. There we go. Yeah, you can see the elements fly towards us, eventually disappear, so that's cool. All of those guys. Very cool. Well, this is what remains of the ship. Just clutter floating about space. So I think that hopefully that was a good enough demo there. Show you the destructive nature of the Gatling gun, the missiles, and the warhead. So I guess we'll just leave this debris floating out here. Maybe I'll fly around and kind of remove some of the larger chunks. As such, I can kind of right-click and just delete these guys. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll do some cleanup duty. Okay, so I've been filling in some walls. We're here at the top floor. Looks like we've got a damaged block there. But we're at the top floor. As you may recall, I've had this kind of grated window, and I had these going all the way down, at least some of them. So I have since gone in here and gone from the top all the way down, so those extend all the way through and out the bottom of the station. I then have gone in and filled wall in. As you can see, there's a wall here between the grated windows and in these spaces as well, but not on the left or on the right over there. I actually did that though from this second from the top floor rather, and you can see those kind of filled in here on the left and right, and these extend all the way down through the bottom. So anyway, we're still kind of doing some work there, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing. The structure is 10 floors, and they're about 10 blocks, not counting the floors between, so it's about 100. So coming down one, I figure I need to go 90 or so. So I've pretty much just been kind of doing this, these columns, and getting it down in the 80s somewhere, and then letting it go. So we'll do another one of these somewhere around here. Sometimes you just have to move the mouse around until you see the number again. And we can go over here. Now, we can do the control and shift and do kind of a 2 wide area, but that double, it kind of duplicates the number, so you just have to know, like, okay, I need to go down to like 160 or something instead. Plus, it can get a little weird. You see how it's moving there? I don't want it there. I want it to be a wall. So it gets a little finicky when I try to do that, so I've not been doing that. That's too far, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So anyway, that pretty much completes the walls, except for this side open to this shaft, which was, as you may recall, once an elevator that didn't quite work out so well. So we are now upside down, looking at the bottom of the station, and this is where all my floors have kind of, or the walls have come through, including that last one I just did that was really long. So we're going to have to delete all of this stuff, or leave it. It could look, I don't know, it could look kind of cool if we back out of the station. This being the bottom, it could just have these kind of crazy points sticking out the bottom. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. That last one was really long. But anyway, we've got a lot of work to do to fill in the rest of the station, but at least we've got the walls on the 3 sides along with the graded windows there. So that's cool. We'll just have to figure out what to do on each of these floors. I was thinking that I might color code some of the floors, since we can color blocks. That way when you do have an elevator of sorts, you can kind of tell, or they could be in sections. A couple floors could be red, a couple floors could be blue, something like that. So I'm still a little undecided on how all of that is going to work out. And I'm just realizing that bringing that wall all the way down blocked the doorway through to here. Let's kind of drop down. And we'll just delete some of these here. Something like, maybe one, like right there. Okay, so now we have kind of an opening out to our platform through here, but yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to do there. But at least some of that harder work is done, and we're getting closer to actually putting down the toys, the generators, the gravity stuff, just the stuff that kind of make these floors look like they have some purpose. Alrighty, been a little bit busy once again. This time around I put these reflector lights you can see in the ceiling. I put one on each floor. I'm actually looking up, all the way up to the top of the station. And I put a light on each floor, or each ceiling I should say, and I also put a gravity guy here on every floor so that they have their own gravity. Basically, once you got up to the 7th floor, there was no more gravity, so I thought, well, each floor should have its own gravity box, so we'll go ahead and drop those in. Now, I did turn all of these lights on, but my FPS dropped like crazy. I was losing frames like crazy when I had them all on. So right now, I think like the 3rd floor light is on, but it happens to be, yeah, but it happens to light kind of everything, so I figured, oh well, that's good enough. I just had way too many going before, so. The next thing I did here was, let's see, when I drop down here, I kind of made this little, it's supposed to be like an airlock, I guess. That's what I was going for, excuse me. But yeah, there's no doors really, so normally you'd just have to imagine, I suppose, these opening and closing. You may actually be able to do something with this. I'm not entirely sure. So there's door. So I turned some kind of door on, but it may not do anything. But essentially what I did was I took the door here and I put up here, I put some of them facing the normal way, but then I went and flipped them upside down for the bottom part, as you can see there. So you can't actually walk through these as is. If you turn on your jetpack, you'll kind of bump through, you know, and you can go through. But I thought it looked cool because they kind of seemed like windows, and as an airlock, I don't know, it just made sense that you'd be able to see into the thing. And now that I've done it, I really like it. I think that we may have to incorporate something like this in other places, especially since we can turn these sideways too. They don't have to be tall. too tall, you could do too wide, because you can lay the doors down on their side. So anyway, I think that's a pretty cool entryway from the essentially the landing platform out here of the station where the ships kind of dock, to coming into here, kind of walking through the airlock, and then you're inside the space station. And of course we'll have walls all the way around eventually. We're just not quite there yet, but you'll also notice I did the red in there too. I thought that was kind of a cool touch, like, you know, this is a dangerous area to be in, the airlock there. So anyway, a whole lot more to do. Again, we're still working out some details, but I think that's a pretty sweet entrance. And like I said, I think we're going to use these doors matched up like this as windows in some other areas. So we'll have to play around with that. Okay, well, even if I don't get to the rest of the space station, what I've decided is that I want to kind of deck out a single floor, and that might as well be this first one, this first kind of entry point. So this is where we're going to begin. Now, we've got this pathway, or at least this door coming in, and what I imagine is that this floor, when you come through the airlock, excuse me, you basically, I'm kind of imagining that you're going to any other floor except for this one for the most part. There's, you know, 8, 9 floors above this, so this is kind of a passing through, almost like a lobby. So what I want to do is just kind of set it up as such, and I thought that I would start with turrets because, right, you have to have turrets in a lobby. Now we just got, this is kind of a security point, right? This is a point where you're first kind of coming in, and so we have to have security. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up maybe 2 of these up here for now, and they're facing a little bit oddly here. Let's see if we can spin these guys around. Let's see, something like this. Let me look at it from a different angle here. Okay, so I think we'll do one here. Wait, did it just turn back? There we go. Let's see, is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Oh, and I'm taking out walls. I keep doing that. Keep doing that. Let's see, we'll put you here. Of course, now we're not rotated. Alrighty, take you out. There you go. Okay, cool. So let's drop down here. Cool, so we've got these kind of turrets up there, our little security system. Now, I am going to mark the floor. I thought, you know what, let's color this thing, and maybe nothing too crazy. Let's see. All of these are kind of intense. Could do green. Let's go with the dark for now. So basically coming out of the airlock here, maybe like here. That's not the right thing to be doing. No, Weem, bad Weem, bad. Let's go ahead and fill that back in. We'll go to the color here. I think it was, we're going to go with like a darker... Is it black? I don't know that I wanted to do black. I thought there was a darker gray, but maybe not. Well, we could do white. Let's actually do that. So what we need to be doing is pushing down the middle mouse button. Now the white is a little hard to see in the light. I thought I would do kind of a 2x3 section like that, and then basically continue forward like that. But that white doesn't really show up that well. I have to reconsider that. Let's see, and maybe I'll just do a straight line, something like this. You can imagine like a carpet or like a painted pathway that's, you know, directing you forward. Let's go ahead and take the white out. I feel like the black is going to be too dark. We could do blue. Let's see. Blue's not bad, I guess. I thought it would actually be a really intense blue. And of course I keep deleting things that I should not be. Okay, let's see, back to the blue. So there we go. Let's check that out. So we've got this kind of pathway when we walk in. Let's do this. If I can get through the doorway here. Alrighty, forward we go, in through the airlock, and then we've got this blue kind of path forward. I'm not really sure it looks like a path. It's kind of funny, it throws up this little metal edges. It's kind of interesting. Maybe it'd look a little better if I went all the way to the end. I don't know. Now it actually looks like water, right? Looks like there's water flowing through here. Maybe this is not the thing to do. Maybe this is something we skip and figure out later. Okay, so I do have these walls. If I bring these up, these kind of half walls, so I thought this might be kind of cool too. We can section off different areas. Let's rotate this like so. And this might actually create the path we're kind of looking for. We could do this something like this and kind of block off these areas. Let's see here. Something like that. And then we can do things behind this, right? So that could be kind of cool. Now I've got this large cargo container, and it is, as you can see, it is very large. So I think it might be a little too much. Let's see, that's the large. Here's the medium. Let's check out a medium. Medium is not available. Okay, so I guess that's for a ship or something. Maybe that's the point of these. Let's see. There is a small one as well. So we can place small ones. So anyway, kind of like the idea of that we've got, you know, this kind of cargo holding area that acts as a lobby as well. If I do this, it's not what I wanted. Sometimes this doesn't go the direction you want it to. So I could fill this area with these guys. Something along... I think I have to start up there. Yeah, I don't know. That might be overkill. Let's see here. Something like this. Yeah, this could be overkill because now I'm imagining these falling and killing everyone in the room. I'm in California, so we are always thinking about, okay, what about in an earthquake? Obviously, we don't have earthquakes here, but I do think about things falling. So, I'm not sure that's really going to work out because those don't really look like cargo crates. I think these need to kind of be stacked in odd, you know, configurations. Look like, you know, maybe there's 2 here, 1 here, maybe there's a few here. You know, like they've been kind of stored here, and that just looks like cargo walls. Let's see, turn this on, kind of get airborne here a bit. So we could do like something like this. I think that's kind of cool. That kind of gets things stacked up a bit. And that looks more natural. It looks like cargo is kind of coming and going, whereas these are just, yeah, it's just a big wall. But anyway, I do like the look of that. I could even kind of do that here as well. Could do more of these. I could even stack like 3 of these, something like this, with room to walk between. And then we could do the same on the other side. I don't know. I'm not sure how we'll go on the other side. Whoa, that is not what I wanted to do at all. I'm pushing the wrong button. I need to be doing the right click here. Okay, that actually happened to select the way I wanted it to. So, cool. And we've got some room to kind of put some in the back here. Something like that. I think that'll work. Very cool. Let's drop in here and take a little walk around. So that definitely looks a lot better. And I think, like I said, these walls kind of make this path that kind of direct you forward. So we'll end up putting something else on the other side. We can look through here, and I mean, we could be stacking, you know, generators and things like that. Some of this other stuff, you know, medical room and everything, we don't have a whole lot of material to choose from, so I'd like to kind of save some of that stuff for other floors and maybe just make this kind of a cargo area. This is an internal wall, but it can kind of function almost like cargo, right? I mean, if I kind of did the same thing and stacked this in an odd configuration, I don't know for sure, but it seems like it could work for something like that. Do this. I don't know, it does kind of have a pretty flat top. It looks a little odd. Let's see, we'll put some back in the corner. Maybe go 3 high back here. I guess that kind of does the trick. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks alright. Cool, so we've got all this cargo here. I guess it's not so much a lobby as it is a cargo holding area now. But we could take some of this floor and we could rotate this. Never know which one's the right one. That's not the right one. That's what we want. So we could do something like, we could even have the floor or the little wall kind of kill that here. and then have this almost like a check-in point, right, that you kind of walk through here. I think a cockpit might actually be kind of cool because it's kind of like a station that somebody sits at. So let's see about that. Let's see, where can we put this? I guess it does look a little odd because we can't put it in that space because of the thing there. But let's rotate this around. There we go. Okay, what does this look like? Looks a little odd, huh? Like you walk up here. I don't know. It's not too bad. We'll just leave it like that for now. I think this is a pretty good start to this floor with the airlock, the windows, the turrets, and the cargo. Kind of gives us a cool, definitely a cool atmosphere in here with the lighting and everything. It looks a lot better. Much more detail, much more going on in here, which is pretty sweet. I think I want to throw some color in there. I like the red inside that room, and I like the idea of basically having some kind of color. I did use black on the outside, and so imagine, if you will, kind of a banner of sorts hanging down. Of course, this won't really be banner. It'll be actual building material. But if we did something like this, let's see if it'll behave. See how it wants to come towards me? There we go. We could bring this all the way down. Oh, I'm one off. I wanted it to be inside a bit. Although I could do some angled pieces down there. Interesting. Let's try that. Let's bring this in here. And black, yes. So let's see. What do we think about that? Kind of turn this off and walk out here. Yeah, I don't know. Seems a little arbitrary. I should have done a one back so it was actually on top there, but I don't know. Maybe we'll leave that for now. It's not terrible. It's not like I was doing anything up there. So anyway, I think that's a pretty good start. Let's back out of here, zoom out a bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for our first attempt at a floor. I think it kind of makes sense, and later on we'll address some of the other floors. I think next time around what we're going to do is maybe begin work on the next ship, since we completely obliterated the first ship. I think that we need to get started on another one and see if we can build it the right way and make it actually maneuverable. Like I said before, a number of you had said I needed more of the gyroscopes. Is that what those things are called? I actually can't remember now. Was it where'd it go? The gyroscope, yes. So anyway, we'll get to making another large ship, I think, next time around, and go from there. We'll see about filling in some of the other floors another time as well. Thanks for stopping in and watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time.